going on? It's glitterati. What's going on? What's happening? So, and I haven't seen you guys in a while. I've missed everybody. So, we're always talking about going to Africa, visiting Africa, and seeing Africa. But before you even travel to Africa, there's some things that you need. Do you know those things that you need? All right, so I'm going to go through a few of my top 5 things that you need to have when you're traveling to Africa. First things first, before you even get to the top 5 things, I need you to do your research and find out about the country you're going to. That's the first thing. The country that you pick or countries that you're picking to go to, I want you to do your research, right? Drink some water, sustenance. This light is kind of bright. I need you to do your research on making sure that you know exactly where you're going, who you're going with, who's going to be there. I know some people are really adventure travelers. They like to travel on their own and go backpacking and do all those things. Understandable. But me, I don't like to rough it too much. I like to have things already planned out. I'm a Virgo, so I like to have things planned out. Okay, so I usually look up the country I'm going to, find out if there's any guides. I'm lucky that my mother is a travel agent, so I have that as my go-to. So I always look to her and ask her, and if not, I'll research if she's never been there or anything like that, right? So that's one of the things. So research, just research. There's so many videos about different countries, about doing different things now on YouTube. You have no excuses not to have done some due diligence and done your research beforehand, before you decide on where you're going. So then when you decide where you're going, when you're going, and all that stuff, because also find out if it's rainy season, if it's going to be too hot. Like, there's different things you can find out. There's the best time to travel to certain countries. All that is online. I don't need to go into those details. Just Google, right? So the first thing that you need to do is make sure your passport is up to date. And also you have to get your visa. A lot of African countries, if you're coming from America, if you're coming from different countries, you need to have a visa for those countries. Those visas come with visa fees. So make sure you find that out. A lot of people are online now. Consulates are online. A lot of stuff you can do online and then go pick it up at the consulate, or they'll mail it back to you. So that's the good thing about it. A lot of stuff is going digital with the visa, so you can do that. So make sure your visa is copacetic. Number 2, you got to get your shots. We don't like getting shots, those vaccinations that, in my other video, I talk about vaccinations, so I'm not going to go into any, pandemic details about my vaccinations. But a lot of countries, you have to have certain vaccines, rubella, measles. There's a lot of vaccines that you need to get, with traveling to Africa. So make sure you get your vaccines, talk to your doctor. A lot of places you have to go to specialty clinics to get those shots. So make sure you get your shots. Make sure those are up and make sure you take the card, either the yellow card or whatever card they give you from your health institution. Make sure you have that with you when you travel, because they will shake you down for those identifications when you arrive in some African countries. Okay, so make sure you have that. Number 3, this is something I like to do. I don't change my money all my money when I'm going somewhere, but I like to have a couple of bucks from the country. So right in the airport, they have some bureau de changes. They have money changing stations. So make sure you change your money. Even a lot of towns, a lot of cities have, money changing places that you can you change your money. So make sure your money is changed. So you have a little bit of change with you when you get there. Because some places you have to grease some palms. Some places you have to buy a phone card and you have to have the currency. So you can always change it when you get to the exact place, but it's always good to have some of the money with you, or you change it right at the airport for things. But don't change all your money there. That's the caveat. Change your money with in Nigeria and in Ghana, the bokies, the money changers, because they always give you a better rate than the bank. The bank will always slice and dice you and give you less than what your money is worth. So download the exchange rate calculator, which is really good for making sure that you're getting around what you are supposed to be getting for the money that you're giving with your current currency towards the next currency. So make sure you have that on Smash so that you know that you're getting the right currency. So make sure you get your currency beforehand. So that's basically get something so that you can spend it when you get there, right? Make sure that you kind of, you have all your hotel information with you before you travel, hotel, phone numbers of who you might be staying with. addresses of who you might be staying with, because when you get on the plane, you got to fill out that immigration card, immigration visa, it's a little card, and you have to have all the contact information. If you don't have it, you're gonna gag. So make sure you have that with you so that you're ready to go, and you know what I'm saying, you have that already signed, sealed, delivered. Okay. And also just look up my last thing for when you're going somewhere. If you're not staying with somebody, you're staying somewhere, look up your hotel. Google where you're going to be staying. See how far it is from, the landmarks. See how far it is from different things that you want to do. Also, if you have a guide, a tour guide that you're going to be getting on the ground, make sure that you are liaisoning with them, letting them know all these things in advance. And most times, I'm actually going to fast back to the visa process. So you get your visa process, you probably have to get an invitation letter from either your guide or the person you're going to be staying with. So make sure you get your invitation letter. I forgot about that. Your invitation letter, and that goes hand in hand with getting your visas from the country. So these are top 5 things you need to do beforehand. I'm going to do a follow-up video of what you need to pack when going to Africa. These are a few things I always pack, and I always use them when I'm going to Africa. Okay, so without any further ado, make sure you get these things done. Get these things together, because they really help in facilitating your process of travel. That's one thing I hate, is not having everything. And make sure that you have like a handy, I always get like a little side bag or an inner bag or something to keep all of my papers, my passports, my visas, everything. And one time, let me tell you a funny story before I go. I mistakenly took a visa. I took the, like you get the American passport, you can also get an American card, but you're only supposed to use that for cruises. But Hooked on Phonics, which is me, thought you could use it to travel to Mexico. And I literally gagged when I got to the airport, and my brother had to drive all the way back to my house to go get my actual passport for me to travel. So make sure you are kind of doing your due diligence. I didn't do my due diligence to find out what happened. That Mexico trip was a mess, actually, because I literally forgot my immigration card and a whole lot of drama happened, but we'll leave that for another story time. But make sure you have your correct passport, not the passport card, because the passport card is usually for cruises, not for traveling to different countries, okay? So do your due diligence, Google, find out. Everything is online now for you to find out. Now that the borders are starting to open, make sure you have those things ready. And now, I don't know if they're going to be doing, like, you have to show that you have a corona test 2 days before you travel, things like that, because they're having new guidelines for the COVID-19. So you can Google in your neighborhood or where you're traveling to what those restrictions are. This is really surreal for me that we have to do everything around COVID-19. But that's another story time. Thank you for paying attention. Make sure you like, subscribe. Tell me what you think, okay? Because you know what? We build together. It's Glitterati. I'll see you soon. Have you subscribed yet? Okay, yeah, I had to repeat. Goodbye.
Nation.